Okay, welcome to another episode of Pigskin Pirates. I'm finishing up what I call the bolus teams, or teams that are really going to, three teams that probably get less attention, will be towards near the bottom of the SEC. Two of them have new coaches. Yeah, kind of teams that are in rebuild mode, and Kentucky fits that very well. So Kentucky brings in a new system, a new coach. They bring in Will Stein, and he's going to be very much a more offensive centric coach. Think of like I kind of vision like a Hal Mummy. Hal Mummy was a old UK coach that I think Tim Couch, golly, he's from the '90s, so nobody will remember this, but he had people remember one of his offensive coordinators, Mike Leach, but he had a very pass happy offense, and Kentucky put points up and was fun to watch. They would compete with about anybody, but they were never. I think they had their best season was like a 7 or 8 win season. Kind of like Mississippi State. I think they'll be fun to watch. I don't think they're going to win a lot of games on the schedule. I got them only winning 2 games. I got them winning Youngstown State and South Alabama. I don't have them winning a single SEC game. I think the closest chance they may have could be Vanderbilt or maybe Florida. Kentucky's never really done that well against Florida, and Florida will just have too much talent for them. But sometimes they do good against South Carolina and maybe Missouri, but those are both on the road. I just don't see them winning an SEC game. I think they'll go 0-9 in the SEC, and I think they'll lose to Louisville as well. So that leaves them, like I said, with Youngstown State and South Alabama as their only wins. I think they'll be interested in that Alabama game. That could be if Alabama just really sucks. Maybe Kentucky could get them, but I don't see that happening. Maybe Kentucky is what Florida State was last year with Alabama. Maybe. But I really need Sawyer on. I'll talk to Sawyer about this, but really need to tease him about that one. But yeah, maybe that happens. I don't see it. I think they'll lose that. A&M gonna lose that. South Carolina, Kentucky has a history of playing South Carolina tight, but not South Carolina's too good with them. The Lenore Sailors, I mean, it's just too much. LSU, no. Oklahoma, nope. Vanderbilt, maybe. I like where Vanderbilt is right now as a program. I like Clark Lee. I think Vanderbilt's going to be very competitive. I just think Vanderbilt takes this one, even though it's in Lexington. I just think Vanderbilt will be too much for them. And by that time, the Vanderbilt, I can't remember, I don't know the name of the new quarterback right now. I'll do that when I study up on Vanderbilt, but I think he will have more games under him. He'll have experience because that's already in late October, getting near Halloween. I think Vanderbilt wins that one. At Tennessee, Kentucky doesn't play good against Tennessee. There's been some really good Kentucky teams that have lost to Tennessee before in the past. So I just don't know. Florida, maybe. Kentucky got where they were playing Florida tough. And here, by the way, here's the guy that's causing a lot of problems. Little Moose. Hey, little boy. He's since I'm on the couch, I got the dog and the cat both next to me interfering, and so go figure on that one. But no, Florida could be. Maybe they'd give Florida some fits, but Florida'd be pretty bad to lose them. At Missouri, once again, unless Missouri's just a real stinker, nope. And then Louisville, I just don't like that one either. It's gonna be a rough year for Kentucky fans. They'll be looking. I mean, they're basketball first. They'll be more interested in the basketball season, and can Mark Pope turn things around in basketball? But I have some people at work and others that are UK family members or UK fans. I don't know how much they keep up with football, but this is probably not going to be the best year for Kentucky in football. So, and going according to my standings, if they hold, and you saw the Arkansas video, I had them beating Missouri. If Kentucky goes 0-9 in the SEC, they'll obviously be the worst SEC team. So I'm predicting it. I think they'll look good though. They'll look good as a 2-10 team at times. They'll look competitive, but I just don't see a lot of teams that can beat here. I mean, unless they just really surprise people. One call out, they got the old offensive lineman Lance Hurd, who was a 5-star recruited by LSU, played a year. LSU transferred to Tennessee, played 2 years at Tennessee. Now he's at Kentucky for his senior year. So, I mean, I guess he's a good athlete. He gets injured a lot, but he is a good athlete. So, I mean, maybe that'll help them on the offensive line and block stuff. I don't know. They got a few players here or there that they can. I think they can allow them to put up points, but I just don't think this team is good enough, with especially the first year coach and Will Stein. I think he may show some promises at times. But who's he going to beat in the SEC? Florida, Vanderbilt, maybe that's their best shots. I don't know. I don't see who they beat, but that kind of wraps up I'd say the bottom feeder bowlless SEC teams. It just doesn't feel right not having Colin and Sawyer here, but we had 8 teams to do. I thought about doing South Carolina, but I want to talk about with them. We still got Auburn and Florida. I definitely want to talk about that with Auburn with Sawyer at least, and Florida with Colin. Probably have them do both those teams. We got Ole Miss, who's a top 10, top 15 team, I think. And then we got Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's just interesting because Colin's annoyance with them because they stole that 5-star quarterback from Georgia. Of course, their connections and being competitive with Alabama lately, and then maybe a Tennessee fan. Vanderbilt just has too much interest. I almost want to put Vanderbilt in this because they kind of fit the theme of the last 3 teams out of these, the Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State theme. But one, Vanderbilt's been more competitive than those 3 lately, and then 2, there's just so much drama around them right now with Diego Pavia. So that's kind of the routine there. He created a lot of drama wherever he went, good or bad, and gave Vanderbilt its best season in school history last year. So yeah, we'll look into doing some of these teams. I'm gonna still try to get with them this week to do these last 5 teams. I've debated. I really want to do the Big Ten. I've debated doing the Big Ten and trying to go through and do some of their teams. I thought about maybe just doing the high-level teams: Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana, Michigan, Southern Cal, Washington, Iowa. Maybe some of the more popular teams and not hit all of them because there's 18 teams in that one. But yeah, more to come. Or I thought maybe just doing just a general Big Ten overview. I may just do that one video about the Big Ten and my thoughts and projections on it. There's kind of like a big 3 with them: Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana. Yeah, and you got the second tier of the Big Ten, which is Michigan, Penn State, Washington, Southern Cal, Iowa, Illinois, maybe Nebraska. But yeah, you feel like it's a 3-team race between Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State. But that's kind of how it stands right now. I think, did I say Penn State? They're probably in tier 2 as well. But yeah, that's it. So I do want to kind of do one quick overview of the Big Ten. I'm gonna try to do that that's probably gonna be me solo. It's gonna be too hard to get Colin and Sawyer on board, and plus it might be easier. I think we kind of go quicker. We just have one person talking, so I may try to do those as well. But yeah, hoping to wrap up some stuff. And football season is really only, I think, 2-3 weeks away, so it's coming up fast. So be interested to see how things turn out. We'll be following up on some of our projections as we get closer to the season. But thank you everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe. We put a lot of work into this. Watch some of the videos we've already done. Some of them, everybody says we want smaller videos, trying to do a breakdown of all the teams and everything in smaller videos, but more to come on that. Thank you, everyone.